Good afternoon. I'm Tainá Reis. I'm from Brazil. I'm the CEO and founder of Moeda. So that's an impact investment platform, all utilizing blockchain to empower global change one person at a time.
All around the world, there are an estimated 2 billion people who are unable to use everyday financial systems most of us take for granted. So, how can we empower these people to trade and achieve their goals and dreams? Meet Moeda. Moeda is the new cooperative banking system powered by blockchain technology that is about to disrupt the impact investment sector globally by enabling anyone to make simple peer-to-peer payments and empower entrepreneurs to turn their dreams into reality. So, how does it work? Let's meet Maria. Maria wants to be able to buy a small piece of land to grow vegetables to sell in her village. Maria is using Moeda to apply for seed funding for her project. By using Moeda, individuals and charities around the world can invest in Maria, allowing her to make an impact within her community. Maria can now sell vegetables in her neighborhood and make and receive payments to her clients and business partners using Moeda tokens, creating a simple new personal banking infrastructure. Moeda will launch in Brazil in association with the Green Cross, Unicafes, and Cresol under the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals program. By partnering with existing cooperatives, Moeda has access to help hundreds of thousands of people and aims to quickly expand its services to global communities. Moeda, cooperative crypto banking, empowering global change one person at a time. Join us today at moeda.in.
It always started 6 months ago, but actually started way before. It started when my father in Brazil built a legacy in philanthropy. So he doing like helping small agriculture farm families in Brazil with microcredit and microlending, building the first cooperative credit banks in Brazil. He actually helped more than 3 million people. And by growing up with his legacy, I see the responsibility of multiplying that. Myself, I started in technology when I was 12 years old, building my first website. By 16, I opened my first company. Then I have several companies, did one public company here in the United States, and mainly my career in software development was into energy. But all that knowledge I bring now to Moeda, and I helped to host it in the United Nations Plaza, March this year, a blockchain hackathon, to invite people from all over the world and the best developers to develop with me solutions for my government in Brazil, and not just in Brazil, to take this globally too. And the winner team happened to be amazing. So I invited them, and I didn't invite them. They proposed to me that they could do the company. So in March this year, we opened the company. We got seed funded. We started to do the partnerships in Brazil. We got with Cresol and Unicafes. With Unicafes today, we have 1,100 cooperatives. They are partners not just with credit, but credit, products, services, and commercialization. Because the whole idea is not just to give the credit for someone, but it's helping all the way with technical assistance and getting even contracts with the government to purchase the products of the farmers right away. So the full circle economy that we have there. We did the first blockchain company into the free trade zone by studying and analyzing the market and regulations, and that is changing over time. I decided to do the first company into Uruguay because in Uruguay allows to trade currencies freely, and we will be opening Moeda as we expand in the free trade zone in Shanghai and other free trade zones too. We talked to IBM, and we get them to partner with us into all the infrastructure in Brazil, because like payments is very sensitive, so we need to work with the virtual world and the real world, and IBM is providing us the safe and security into the payment transactions too. We did the first alpha version, and now we are currently in the ICO. And we are on pre-sales right now. The actually ICO will be on the 28th, but because we have gone so far, We already have pre-committed $20 million. And I'm very excited about the ICO. In China, we released, we issued 20 million tokens. In China, we released last week 2 million tokens, and that was sold out in the ICO age in 30 seconds. So we are very excited. I can't do this by myself. I have an amazing team that own the hackathon. The team, one of the founders, she's present here right now, Isa. Say hi, Isa. She's amazing. Like, she did all the Asian market strategy, and by herself, she got 8 million for the company. So a solve of applause to Isa. So, yeah. After the ICO, MDA will be on the exchanges. We are already in further negotiations. We will release that information next month. And we have enough money to develop the product, to do all the logistics into the Moeda seed program that will be helping the people on the field and do the KYC, to do the entire process into taking the person's hand, doing the business plan and sometimes the business life, and going all the way through the commercialization of the product to be successful. We will do the focus groups. We plan to do the focus groups in India, Africa, and China too, because we know that the same challenges we have in Brazil, they are for all over the world. We already have the banking licenses to operate through our partner Cresol. It's a cooperative credit bank in Brazil, on the fourth largest cooperative credit bank. And we'll launch in Brazil in the first quarter of 2018. We have the beta launch there. Will be sooner than that. And we will launch in Latin America and take it globally too. So with Unicafes, we already have the partnership with 1,100 cooperatives, as I mentioned, 700,000 people. We will roll out the beta already with 100,000 people. We plan to expand. Just in Brazil, we have 11 million people associated to cooperatives, and people that really need not just the payments, the remittance, but also the credit, because it's very, very hard for anyone in Brazil to get access to credit, and especially if they are in the rural areas, the farmers. And if you go to the normal ways in Brazil, from some governments, loans that they have takes at least 120 days. And when you talk about production, that is not good. Like 120 days is too much. You can lose the entire year of production. So the way that Moeda works, you buy the Moeda, MDA, and you can invest in projects directly in Brazil. So I'll go to the demo very quick. So we are doing the first identification, facial recognition, and everything to verify, recognize the device, voice recognition. We have the accounts. It's like a PayPal, Vimo type of thing, but this is in Brazil is very new. So you have the QR code, the barcode that you can put money directly into the banking account there. We have all the way through like sending and receiving is the same. You can access different accounts, create your savings account and the project account. You can create your profile and modify that. So I just like create the user interface is very easy for like people to understand. You have the exchange. People can access the MDA and exchange for the fiat currency in Brazil. And you have the projects where you can explore the projects. That's the investor perspective from the Sustainable Development Goals. Let's say Dona Rosa, she wants to build a milk agro-industry, and that takes 11 moedas. So you have all the way to the action items and all the accountability in real time. So the payback schedule, everything you can see through the map. So you see the granularity of the level in how you can make impact, you can do good and do well at the same time, because that can be having a return of investment from 2 to 15%. And that's it. That's Moeda. Any questions? So we built three different funds with Cresol. One is the revolving fund that goes to the credit. The second one is the technical assistance and inclusion fund. And the third one is the risk and mitigation fund. So for every project, I built in a algorithm and a formula called like impact score. So they receive like a rates into if they are doing the accountability well, everything goes to that formula, and we measure and qualify. And due to this impact program with the cooperatives, working collaboration with the cooperatives, we already know who we are investing. So we go all the way with them, but we are, because they are in a structured system as the cooperative is in Brazil today. How it works, like if Dona Maria, she wants a machine to pasteurize milk, and she is associate for a cooperative milk cooperative. So if she doesn't pay back the money for the milk machine, the pasteurization milk, the risk is taken by the owners of the cooperative. So they kind of like protect Dona Maria to succeed. So we talk to the cooperatives like directly to make sure that there is an entire KYC process into each one that is receiving the money, because we really do want to impact in long term, and that means following them all the way. Next. So they borrow in there are two tokens. One is the floating one from the ICO that everybody from around the world can exchange. And the second one is the Moeda Brazil, which is a fiat-based token that has an escrow account in the Cresol Bank. So once Dona Maria, she doesn't understand Ethereum, Bitcoins, or any of this, and she doesn't understand exchanges. So she receives the token that is equivalent to reais, that is my currency in Brazil. So she just can see the reais, and she pays back in the reais. So when you go to the exchange, you have the return of the investment in Moeda reais. And then you can exchange back to the Moeda floating currency. No. You take the risk. Like either if it go high or low, you take the risk to invest in Dona Maria, because then we have my currency in Brazil, we have the dollar, and we have the Ethereum like fluctuation. So that's why today the Moeda token, the ICO, is equals $1. So if you invest $1 to Dona Maria to exchange into the Moeda reais, the $1 today is 3.2 reais. So then you are lending to Dona Maria 3.2 reais. So if you invested just $1, you get back, let's say, 10% of this in 6 months. That is the contract term there. And then you have that money in reais that you receive 3 point whatever plus 10%, and then you have that money into Moeda BRL, and then you can exchange back to MDAs. Yes? Thank you. 20 million. 20 million. It's a free floating. We have no foundation token. It's a free fluctuation. We sold it out. Yeah, we already got committed. 20 million. Yes. 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 That big smile is the yes, I'm happy for. Yes? Other question? Yes? Yes, totally. Yes, because today, if you do like a donation, let's say for accredited like doctors foundation, if you donate $5, you don't know which doctor you're helping, which child, which medicine you're taking. Like with Moeda, you go all the way through. You can talk to the person. You know who you are helping, and that person that you are helping can give it back too, like can give you a return on that. So that's the way that we will not just facilitate for people in Brazil to get their voices heard, because they don't need a bank here. Anyone can go and invest directly on them by hearing their story and know that exactly who they are impacting to. And as well cutting all the intermediaries too on the process, because most of the times Dona Maria, she sells the milk for 10 cents for an intermediary that sells for that sells for $3. That, so in the end in the market is $10. So here she can sell directly the product too. So that's we have committed for 10 people already to from the government in Brazil, in Goiás, to purchase their products for 8 months. So we already have like a guarantee return of investment on those 10 projects, for example. Yeah. Sure, other countries, but because I already have the network in Brazil and the commitments, and we already have the banking licenses. So in order for me to expand, what I'm looking for today is partners, banking partners that can do for us like an escrow account where we can do the fiat token. Because that's the way that Moeda will be like a universal currency for impact, and then you can go and invest into different countries in their local currencies. Yeah. Yes, totally. And that is with the cooperative system. So, and because it's transparent, like we'll be on the platform, everyone can see, even her neighbors will be, hey, I know Dona Maria, you're telling the platform that you're providing soup for 10,000, but I see 10 people on the line. You're not doing that. So people will go to do the feedback. So it will be like a 360 feedback from back to, yes. Mhm. Yeah, it takes a lot to do microlending. We are far away with like the partners, and most of them they are doing more on the payment side. They are not doing the granularity that we are doing on the investing and knowing who you are investing. And with the cooperative partners, I think we are way far into implementation as well, and we already have a product and clients, and it's already successful because we didn't even did the public ICO and we almost sold out. Thank you so much. It's a pleasure.